everybody, this is the Black Flag Running Club. I'm your head coach, Aaron Adranya, and we are in week 17, and we are preparing for our Saturday run this weekend. So we've got a long one ahead of us. Next weekend, we're going to go into recovery, but before we do that, let's talk about what we've got planned this week for you. Alrighty, so the run for this Saturday is we're going to be taking off from South Mission, running all the way up through La Jolla and possibly down into the La Jolla Cove area, depending on your total distance that you're planning on going this weekend. So first thing that we need to touch on is about parking, because I believe that far parking lot down there in South Mission is currently closed. Now it may be open by the time that we actually arrive there, but as the time that we're filming this video, that is currently closed. So what are your options? The first thing I'll tell you to do is maybe take a look at this map here and identify where there would be appropriate to do some street parking so you can start your run. Now, there is a lot of houses in this area and parking does tend to be generally tough, but I do believe when I was down there earlier this week, I did see that there was some places available intermittently, and you can also park up through some of those alleys and then actually walk out to the boardwalk from there. So take a look. You may have to do a little bit of driving around to find some parking if that parking lot isn't open, but we are planning on starting this run from the South Mission area. Alrighty, so now you know at least the starting point, some of the challenges that we're gonna have from the parking. Let's now take a look at what we've got planned as far as duration and level of intensity for the run this weekend. All right, so first up, we've got the run walk program. You guys are out there for a 1-9 interval or 1-14, so 1 minute walking followed by 9 minutes of running, or 1 minute walking followed by 14 minutes of running. And you're gonna be out there for about, we're estimated around 120 minutes. The max that you would be doing, this would only be if you're continuing to train for a virtual fair marathon at the end of June. That would take you up to the 180 total time on your feet, but I don't think we've got many people that are gonna fall into that category. All right, so next up, we've got the intermediate program. You guys are gonna be out there between 11 to 16 miles. And then we've got the PR chasers. You guys are gonna be out there again, 11 to 16. Both of these groups, you could go up as high as 18, but again, that would be the max distance that I'd be asking you to do. Now, one of the things I want you to think about in each one of these groups, no matter which distance you decide to do, is start off and do, leave a little bit of reserves in the tank, because what I'd like you to do your last 3 miles, and no matter what distance that is, so if it's 11 or all the way on up to 18, do your first section of your run at, again, your nice casual pace. But your last 3 miles of your run, I would like you to bring it up to your race pace and see if you can sustain it on the way in. Now this becomes particularly challenging because your legs already have a lot of fatigue in them, because we've been running quite a bit, quite a few miles at this point, and asking you to turn on the juice at that point may have some challenges that come with it, but this is going to be running through that fatigue piece. You're going to get a lot of benefits out of doing that. So this weekend, let's see how that works out for us. Again, do your first portion of your run at a nice casual race, or nice casual pace, and then when you've got 3 miles remaining in your run, bring that up to your race pace and sustain that the rest of the way in. All right, so that's what we've got planned for the first run walk, or for the first rock and roll group. Now let's take a look at the restart group and see what we've got planned for you. All right, so next up we've got the restart group, and starting off with the interval program. So this is gonna be your last week at this interval group. Next week we bump it up to the 1-9 and or 1-14. So you'll be running the similar type of pacings and intervals as we've had the regular rock and roll group training as well. So what do we got planned for you this weekend? Let's take a look. So you guys are going to be out there for a total of 120 to 130 minutes. So again, this is going to be very similar to what we've got from the main rock and roll group. And then for the intermediate program, you guys are going to be out there for a total of 13 miles. So again, this is going to be nice, casual, easy miles. The good thing about this one is you're officially half marathon race ready, as you'll be doing 13 miles this program. Even if you restarted your program immediately following San Diego Half, you're officially there and ready to take on a virtual race whenever that fits in your schedule. All right, so now that we know what the distance is, let's go ahead and take a look at the map here and identify where exactly we're gonna be following. So you guys have seen this map before. Again, it's pretty easy to follow. We're gonna be starting down in the South Mission area. We're gonna be following this pathway all the way on up through Law Street, taking us out to the main drive there, and then kind of been following the scenic bike pathway the rest of the way all the way into La Jolla Cove. We're going to be following the blue line there. I know there's some questions about which exactly track we're going to be following. In this particular map, you're going to be following the blue line the entire duration of this run. All right, so I made a mention about this in our video on Monday, but I just wanted to hit it on it again. Just letting you know that we're still kind of up in the air about how exactly this summer season is going to work for us. We're really waiting on the state and the counties to kind of give us some more directions as to when we're going to be able to meet up in groups. I will tell you that we're starting to think through this process a little bit, in that if we can meet in smaller groups, let's say 10 or somewhere in that group, we'll probably do that and break up into 3 separate groups. So we're still running, you'll be able to be with some other runners, but we'll just do it in a smaller running fashion. So more on that soon. Obviously we'll be giving that information out as soon as it's available, because I'd love to see all your faces on a more regular basis. But that's a little bit about what we're thinking about. But again, we're waiting on the states and the counties to give us some more direction so we can formalize our plans. All right, so with that concludes everything I have for you for your Saturday run for week 17. With that, remember to continue to be out there, stay connected, be safe, run strong, and we'll see you guys on Monday morning as we head into week 18, our second to last week of the spring training program. All right, have a great run this weekend.